Is there a ghost here?
Yeah, apparently. They do
I've
ghost tours.
I've heard there's someone who died on stage or something,
Oh,
and
really?
he pulls ladies' hair.
Okay.
So I haven't had my hair pulled, unfortunately. Maybe tonight's the last night.
Yeah. How has this experience differed from everything else that you've done?
Oh, wow. Well, I've never done theatre before.
Yeah.
Music theatre, I've never done. I've always watched and, grown up watching Rocky Horror and, being a music fan, it was kind of when they offered me the role of narrator, it was like, hang on a minute, that's normally an old man, a very serious old man. And I'm far from that, but they said, no, we want you and we're going to kind of go with a different vibe. And so I thought, stuff it, I'll give it a go. And it's been unbelievable. I've had so much fun.
Yeah.
I never thought I could do it, and because I didn't think it'd be something I would do, and I love it.
But you've had heaps of stage experience before.
Yeah.
Why did you feel like you couldn't do theatre?
Well, I think because stage experience is really more presenting for me, and the Spicks and Specs live tour, which was hilarious, that was just us mates mucking around kind of thing, but this was learning lines, working with a whole cast.
Yeah.
And dancing as well. And singing, I suspect they turned my mic off for the whole thing. So. But that's okay. I'm fine with that. I'm still singing loudly and I look like I'm singing. So,
So what have been some standout moments from your time here in Newcastle?
I have loved being here in Newcastle so much. I don't want to leave. I genuinely don't want to leave. I've been living close to the beach, a couple of streets back, and every morning I've had my dog with me. I've been walking her to the dog beach.
Amazing.
And then walking around and then back up. And it's just so beautiful. But everyone here has been really welcoming as well. I think they're really grateful that we came to the theatre and then brought this show, which is pretty extraordinary. Like, the quality of talent is amazing.
Yeah,
apart
absolutely.
Apart from me. But I think, I've just been so welcomed. We've all been so welcomed. Me especially, and I'm like, oh God, if I could live here, I would.
Yes, it's
really
perfect.
would.
You should come back, and you will be coming back.
Yes.
Have there been any special places or top picks to grab a coffee?
Oh yeah, I've been getting coffee at Good Brother.
Yep, beautiful.
Every morning, and they are fabulous. I highly recommend them. I think it's called The Moor, which is a breakfast place. Or it might just be called Moor, MOOR, been there.
Okay.
They're gorgeous. That's nearby as well. And downstairs from where I'm staying, I can't remember the name of it. It's The Lock or something.
It's not the Lock-Up.
No, it's near the Lock-Up. Lock's Paddock. Lock's Paddock on Watt Street. It's amazing. So we didn't get to go out for dinner much because we did 6 nights a week on stage and 8 shows. But on, yesterday in between a break, I got to enjoy some of the restaurants and I've done breakfasts and stuff.
Yeah,
I love it.
Beautiful,
I love it.
Beautiful. What gets stuck in your head after the show, usually?
All of it. The time warp. Let's do the time warp again and again and again and again and again. But it's awesome. It's funny. They're all songs that are so clever and great and catchy, but you don't get sick of them.
No.
I imagine if you're doing another musical and you didn't love the music as much, it'd be a lot harder. But these are great. Like, every time the time warp gets rolled out, people lose their minds, and it's like, oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
We're in. And if you grew up with a soundtrack like I did, it's like just hits and memories all the way through.
Yeah, beautiful.
And beautiful ballads, and it's great. It's fun.
It is fantastic. So you'll be bringing Bang On live here to Newey on the 7th of March, right?
Yeah, not that far away,
No.
actually. I thought it was, I thought we had a lot longer than this, but no, I'm back already.
Exactly.
So I hope people aren't sick of me and hope they want to come. But we've got lots of listeners in Newcastle of the podcast, and it'll be a very different show, not quite as, high octane as this one.
Well, before I ask about the show, I do want to put in a little special mention to my producer, who's actually off with COVID at the moment.
Aww.
Really sad, because we pushed this back so much. He kept testing, being like, oh, please let me come. But he's got an original Bang On badge.
Get out!
Yeah,
one of the originals that we made in my
OGs.
house.
Yes.
Many years ago.
You made it.
Zan and I made them by hand at my kitchen in Brunswick in Melbourne. I don't live at that house anymore. But we bought the machine. They're very, very rare and very special.
Okay.
Those ones. So tell him it might get $5 for it on the internet.
I think you would have to pry that badge out of his dead hands.
I think one of them, actually, speaking of hairs, has got one of my hairs in it. But we just
No
went, oh well,
way.
that'll be fine.
So how does the show translate from a podcast to the live production?
Well, we've been working on ideas because we haven't done our first one yet. We do our first one in Adelaide at the Fringe Festival. I think that's in a couple of weeks. And what we'll do is essentially it'll be the podcast. You know, we talk about stuff that's happened that week. We'll dissect a long read. We'll, do all the things that we do in the podcast because people love that. But then we have some plans, and they're very good plans. They may involve, we talk about Fahashan a lot.
Yep, beautiful.
There may be some sort of Fahashan parade which could involve audience members. So I'm saying at this point, just dress your best, because we love fashion and the ridiculousness of it. So that'll be highlighted. Dress your best, and you may get a Guernsey. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But there'll be that. There'll be, we'll encourage wine time, obviously, if people want to have a drink. We like to have a little bit of wine time too. So there'll be that, and I think it'll just be a really nice opportunity for people to kind of be a part of that community, because that's what I love about going to see podcasts is, really it's just people sitting around talking.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's that sense of community, and you see all your people and you all kind of get it, and you all know the same language, and it's so heartwarming. I can't wait.
What do you love about getting to work with Zan on a podcast?
Well, I love working with Zan because she's like very different to me in terms of personality. She's very, very organised and very focused and incredibly good at her job and, really astute. And I'm a bit looser and I'm a bit, all over the shop. And I think together it's almost like our superpower. We tend to just kind of work together really well. We bounce off each other really well. And it's just been really great. Like, I've really been working alongside Zan for 20 years now.
Yeah.
To be working with your contemporary, and be doing a podcast, we came up with the idea, we loved it, we wanted to work together, and, when we started, there weren't many, there's a lot of men doing podcasts, and there weren't many women doing podcasts about pop culture and music. I mean, there's loads more of that now, but it was so exciting, and to be, free of the shackles of radio. You don't have to
it's so different
to time, and you don't have to do all the radio things. You can just talk, and it was so liberating and lovely to do it with your friend, but also make something really smart that people can relate to too.
Yeah,
it's a real privilege.
Do you have any advice for especially young women who are coming up through the media industry here in Australia?
Yeah. Oh, goodness me. Look, it's a difficult time to come up in the media industry, regardless of your background. But I think if you believe in it, stick at it. And I think the one bit of advice I'd give myself is not listen so much to the outside noise of what, if you're putting yourself in the media, the criticism that you cop these days is so much more than we ever did. I don't think I would have got through it had I been younger and there'd been more internet. I think I was very lucky, so I know that people coming up now are much more used to that stuff, but it's like you've got to shut it out, because otherwise it will silence you, and the worst thing that can happen is that voices are silenced, regardless of your background or what group you come from or whatever. Like, it's really important to hear diversity of voices. It's so essential, because otherwise people get fed the same,
yeah, definitely,
the same kind of perspective, image, look, content. So we got to keep fighting for, representing ourselves and representing other groups, because, don't let people silence you if you feel like you want to pop your head up.
Yeah. When you bring Bang On live, when you're touring it, are you actually going to record it?
Yes, we are. We'll record it, because we'll still do our podcast every week. So this is like an addition, and we'll have special guests as well coming to each show.
Wow.
Yeah, very exciting.
Can you give any hints?
No hints. No hints.
No hints.
No
that's
hints
okay.
thus far. We haven't locked them in as yet, so that's head therefore no hint. But yeah, we'll definitely be putting those bits out as extras, or maybe if it was a great show, we'll put the whole show out.
Yeah, that's so exciting.
Yeah, so you'll be able to hear yourself in the audience if you're in there and having a good time. But yeah, the point is to just give people an opportunity, because we planned to do this years ago, but because of COVID and we were in Melbourne, we couldn't do a thing for years, and really it's taken that long for us to kind of get it all back on track, and now we're finally doing it. It's been 7 or 8 years.
Wow.
My goodness, yeah.
Well, now it's just around the corner, literally a month away.
I know. I'm so excited to come back here.
Yes.
The Civic is beautiful. The people here are beautiful. We've been so happy to be here. Like, it's been such a lovely experience on so many levels. Yeah.
Amazing. Myf, thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to see you.